1. Addition, an operation that sums up numbers. 2. Subtraction, calculation of subtracting numbers. 3. Multiplication, an operation that multiplies numbers. 4. Division, calculation of dividing numbers. 5. Fraction indicates the proportion of numbers divided by parts. 6. Decimal, a number between integers and integers. 7. Exponent, an expression that squares or multiplies a number. 8. Equation, a mathematical sentence that uses numbers and symbols to represent a relationship. 9. Variable, a symbol that can replace a value in an expression. 10. Function, this is a rule that receives an input value and calculates an output value. 11. Geometry, the study of shapes and their associated properties and relationships. 12. Angle indicates the degree of rotation between two straight lines or segments. 13. Triangle, a figure made up of three sides. 14. Circle, a figure with center and radius. 15. Square, a figure with four equal length sides. 16. Rectangle, a figure with four sides of different lengths. 17. Quadratic equation, equation with a maximum difference of 2. 18. Coordinate, a value used to indicate the position of a point. 19. Probability indicates the likelihood of an event occurring. 20. Statistics, the study of data collection, analysis and interpretation. 21. Mean, the sum of a series of numerical values divided by the total number. 22. Median, the value located in the middle when the numbers are listed in order of magnitude. 23. Mode, the most common value in a given data. 24. Ratio, ratio indicates the comparison of two or more amounts or values.
25. Proportion indicates that two or more numbers or amounts are in a proportional relationship. 26. Matrix, an array of numbers or symbols arranged in a rectangle. 27. Exponential, a function whose base is a constant and whose exponent is a variable. 28. Logarithm, log function, an inverse function of an exponential function. A function whose bottom is a constant and the result is an exponential. 29. Derivative, a new function that represents the rate of change in the function. 30. Integral, an operation used to calculate the area of a function. 31. Probability distribution, a function or curve that indicates the probability of an event occurring. 32. Permutation indicates the number of ways in which a given element is arranged in order. 33. Combination indicates the number of cases in which some of the given elements can be selected and made. 34. Hypotenuse, the longest side that symmetries two right angles and a right triangle. 35. Congruent, a figure or object of the same shape and size. 36. Slope, a number representing the slope of a straight line. 37. Axis, axis, a line drawn vertically or horizontally in a coordinate plane. 38. Volume indicates the size or volume occupied by the space. 39. Surface area indicates the external area of a figure or stereoscopic object. 40. Prime number, minor, a number that does not have an amount of mineral water other than 1 and itself. 41. Composite, number 1 and a number with an amount of mineral water other than yourself. 42. Radical, a symbol representing a square root or a cube root. 43. Absolute value indicates the size of a value expressed only as a positive number. 44. Right angle, the angle between two straight lines or segments that intersect at 90 degrees.
45. Factorial represents the product of all integers from 1 to n for a positive integer n. 46. Equation system, a system consisting of two or more equations. 47. Inequality, a sentence that indicates the relationship between two values or an expression. 48. Absolute error, an error that indicates the difference between the measured value and the true value. 49. Circle graph, a graph in which each part uses a circle to represent a ratio to the whole. 50. Conic section indicates the type of plane curve, such as circles, ellipses, hyperboles, and parabola. 51. Factorization, the process of expressing by multiplying the number. 52. Geometric sequence, a sequence in which each term increases or decreases at a constant rate from the previous term. 53. Arithmetic progression, a sequence in which each term increases or decreases with a constant difference from the previous term. 54. Imaginary number, a complex number with a real number of 0 and a non-zero imaginary number. 55. Complex number, number of real numbers and imaginary numbers. 56. Tangent, a function of the ratio between a straight line passing around a circle and the contact point of the circle. 57. Trigonometry, the study of the size of angles and the resulting trigonometric relationship. 58. Quadrilateral, a figure with 4 sides. 59. Vector, vector, a quantity of magnitude and direction. 60. Parabola, parabola, one of the curves of a series of points, a function that has a parabolic shape.
61. Asymptote, a straight line or curve that the graph approaches but does not reach. 62. Prime factorization, the process of representing a given number as a product of a prime number. 63. Similarity indicates that the two shapes have a similar relationship in size and shape. 64. Function notation, a method of representing a function, such as fx. 65. Right prism, a pillar with a right triangle at the base. 66. Regression analysis, a statistical technique for modeling and predicting relationships between data. 67. Ellipse oval, the sum of the distances of the two central points is a set of constant points. 68. Scatter plot, a visual representation of the relationship between two variables. 69. Inverse function, a function in which the input and output of a given function match in reverse. 70. Radian, radian, a unit that represents an angle as a ratio of the length of an arc to its radius. 71. Probability theory, the branch of mathematics that studies the probability of an event occurring. 72. Composite function, combining two functions to create a new function. 73. Equivalent triangle, a triangle with all three sides equal in length. 74. Cube, a three-dimensional figure with all sides square. 75. Matrix multiplication, an operation that multiplies two matrices to produce a new matrix. 76. Coordinate plane, a plane consisting of horizontal and vertical axes, which can represent coordinates. 77. Mode, this is the most common value in the dataset. 78. Chi-square test, a statistical method for determining whether two categorical variables are independent. 79. Infinite quantity or size indicates endless.
80. Transformation indicates that the position, size, shape, etc. of a figure or graph changes. 81. Recursive sequence, a sequence defined using the preceding terms. 82. Correlation coefficient, a value indicating the strength and direction of the relationship between two variables. 83. Hyperbola, hypercurve, a set of points at which the difference in the distance between two central points is constant. 84. Symmetry, symmetric, a transformation shows the properties of a shape that match itself. 85. Inverse variation indicates that there is an inverse relationship between two values or variables. 86. Dimension indicates the number of vectors in space or concept. 87. Intersection, the point where two or more shapes or straight lines meet. 88. Perpendicular indicates crossing at right angles. 89. Divisor indicates the number that is divided by a certain number. 90. Proof, the process of explaining an argument using logic and arguments to verify its legitimacy. 91. Notation, a symbol or representation method used to represent mathematical concepts or operations. 92. Infinite series represents the sum of a sequence of infinitely many terms. 93. Scalar amount with only size and no direction. 94. Geometric mean represents the nth square root of multiple positive products. 95. Vector space, a set of vectors that follows certain rules. 96. Set theory, the field of mathematics that deals with the collection of elements and the relationship between them. 97. Complex plane, a graph of complex numbers consisting of real and imaginary parts. 98. Proof by contradiction, to prove the desired proposition, a method of dispensing and disproving it by assuming that the negation of the proposition causes contradiction. 99. Pascal's triangle, a triangle listing the binomial coefficients used in the power expansion of binomials. 100. Convergence, the property of a sequence
gradually approaching a specific value.